Welcome to Comfort Havoc number 2. I'm about to shut off the lights, turn this camera around, laptop, and get the recording from 11 to 2. I need to make sure this thing goes off so I can cancel my alarm clock. I will pause periodically the video game, but not the laptop because the laptop doesn't have a pause. But uh, 12 o'clock, the alarm will go off, and I don't want it to ruin the video. So I'm going to do that. It wouldn't allow me now because it's not 11 yet, so I have to wait till like 11:30. So if for any reason whatsoever, the character's not moving or I'm not talking, because there will be commentary. I'm debating on if I want to, if I get it all done now, I can do a whole thing Christmas with no commentary. I could just play until I can't. But I gotta wait till everybody's freaking asleep, so it'll probably be like somewhere between 11:30 and midnight. We'll figure that out when that gets here. I don't like to cross bridges too fast. Okay, anyway, that being said, we're about to do this damn thing. So, brace yourself. Here comes Ecko Grey Wolf. Dun dun dun. Gotta set everything straight. Gotta make sure that y'all can see the TV. Gotta make sure everything is free. Gotta be right. Gotta do it right. We're gonna get to it. Because ain't nothing to it but to do it. Hop on my eyeglasses. If you wear glasses for reading or anything, you should probably play your games with the glasses on. Just to save your eyes. Alright. I don't know why it's not showing me anything. I don't want that. I don't want that. Oh, well, it doesn't have much they can give me. Medlock. Alright. It's not showing me what this weapon is, but Pathfinder Deep Shotgun. Deep Impact. Alright. Let's just get on with what we need to do. Is there anything over here that I missed? Okay. I don't know why it's not talking.
Correct. Plus, I've located the source of the signal we detected in orbit. It's coming from the large alien structure just beyond Site 1. The structure appears almost identical to the one your father used to adjust the atmosphere on the previous planet. It's worth investigation.
That almost feels like a lead. Damn right that's worth investigating.
Here.
A warning. Radiation levels beyond the perimeter of Site 1 are well above acceptable limits. You cannot proceed without additional protection.
All the more reason to see if that alien structure can make a difference to this planet. Come on, we better find that vehicle Clancy mentioned.
Now the power is restored, we can investigate the nearby buildings.
How does the Pathfinder take a shortcut? We go up.
If walls could talk.
Actually, with enough sensory data, I might be able to reconstruct an image of the past.
Wait, you can do that?
Normally, it would be impossible, but since this is an initiative building, I have access to a multitude of data and arrays.
Let's give it a shot.
I could provide analysis via the scanner.
Holy shit, it works. Can you get audio?
Compiling now.
We can't survive another attack. The storms and radiation were already killing us. Now we've got those things.
We can't return to the Nexus with our tails between our legs. The whole station is counting on us.
Then they're counting on corpses.
Those things must be talking about the cat.
Wilcox thinks I'm crazy, but I know what I saw. Eyes on the mountain, watching.
This log was recorded a day before the first Ket ambush on Site 1.
The Ket scouted them out.
Pathfinder, I have enough sensory data to reconstruct an image. I could provide analysis via the scanner, Pathfinder.
Oh, that would explain it.
You step outside recently. There's nothing golden about eels.
I'm not saying there won't be challenges, but we can do this, Wilcox. We have to. It's like we're listening to ghosts.
Don't land in the water, y'all. You guys make sure you take the time to read that.
Your power has been restored, but these records cannot be fully recovered.
At least we've got the antenna.
Sandstorms, radiation. What the hell was Allison thinking sending us here? Eos might have looked great back in the Milky Way, but up close. It's a hellscape. Farthingale's on my case to stay positive. Put on a brave face for the rest of the team, but I can't shake the feeling that I'm going to die out here.
Now again, for anybody actually listening to me, play the game your way, don't play it my way, but there is a specific way that you probably should play, and I try to do that every
Look
time.
at this place. It's a
Because
wasteland.
encountering
Radiation
shit
in Eos's atmosphere makes it difficult to cultivate life.
and the consistency of
Radiation.
this game is
Our suits
not
protect against that, right?
1,000%
Contains
on
shield
point.
masts to dampen the brunt of contamination.
But if we went outside Site 1's perimeter,
That would not be advised.
Special requisition. All-terrain scout rover.
A Nomad, 6-wheel drive, jump jets, just what you need.
I might be trolling a little bit.
This must be what Clancy meant.
And I say that posthumously because
Well, what do you
you will
know?
encounter
The
stuff
Ecko's
before
research
you
center is
encounter
still
stuff.
intact.
Updating
So,
the tempest on this
before you
critical
go to
recovery.
Aya, try to go
Research
everywhere
was always
else.
key to the initiative. We'll need it here too.
Get everything done before you go meet Joel.
We're not scavenging anymore. This is how we rebuild.
Someone else agrees. This research center was used recently to monitor the alien signal.
This gives us the tools to find the source, and maybe whoever else is looking.
And again, for everyone who's first time playing this old ass game, read everything. The game is not on a time limit.
The research station is back online. I've provided a list of weapons we can build by gathering the required components.
Oh yeah, you can also rename the weapons, by the way. Might want to get that. Damn, I screwed up. I should have waited until I got this or that. Because that's a needed weapon. You don't need it yourself, but that weapon and this weapon are part of the things you have to build. But I really should have waited until I got that. We'll know better next time I come across stuff. I don't usually use any of the alien weapons. It's not that they're not cool. They're just not. They're not for me. I don't really I don't feel an attraction to them, if that makes sense. Okay. Well, hell, that did that in. Okay, not available. Moving on.
Activating automated forward station deployment.
Looks like the forward station supplies are intact.
Downloading Nomad. Crate access code.
Nomad should handle pretty smooth. Check both forward and reverse, would you?
Traction. It's too steep.
Switch to six-wheel drive. It'll get you up there in a snap.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I don't know why. It worked better when I first bought the game. And the square isn't getting me anywhere.
Remember the Nomad's jump jets. They'll get you over most obstacles. If you need more juice,
Got it. Signal's coming from that structure up ahead. I'm picking up initiative tech nearby from above us.
I see it. Up on that piece with the scaffolding.
Remember when you see those? That's medical and that's weapons. And sometimes that happens with your jump jets, where you get too far ahead of yourself.
It's slippery, but there's a great view. Okay, let's solve this thing.
There's PB Shuttle. case y'all want to know where the hell she came from.
Building connection. I apologize for any discomfort. The system seems unstable.
This would happen when my dad tried doing this?
Your father interfaced directly with the atmosphere processor. That proved extremely hazardous. These structures could reveal its control center. System remains unstable. Doubling our power input might accelerate the process.
I'll give it a shot. Wait!
Back off
It's a
or
piggy.
I'll put you down.
Whoa! Easy. You've
Watch
come
the
this
weapons
far. Just
consistency.
let it ride.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it
I've been
doesn't.
studying this tech for months. I don't know how you activated those glyphs, but you have... All right, time to get off. Don't like being sat
Also,
on,
whenever
huh?
you see that, that means you have the option of
I
doing
know,
something
I know. Who
next.
am I? I mean, it's obvious who you are. I saw the ship swoop in. You're a pathfinder. I was beginning to think the initiative just made you guys up so the rest of us wouldn't lose hope, but you're for real, huh? Maybe you want to knock me down a couple more times to make sure. Nah, that's okay. You're obviously corporeal. Pretty solidly built, actually. Well, look at
Somebody
that.
copped the feel. FYI, there are some
System has stabilized.
plot
I'm
holes in this
establishing a
game
connection.
besides the end. And I want you to ask yourself, other
Oh,
Pathfinders,
crap.
do they get shit too?
I know these things from Habitat 7. Later, just take them out. Keep
Weird if I
targeting
can
that
see
one
them.
and make a little bot.
I can do that again if I wanted to. What the hell is the scaffold?
Not bad.
I should
My first
probably
tangle
come
with the
down on
Remnant
that
was
volume.
a lot messier. The Remnant? These monoliths, the Observer and Assembler bots, they're all the remnants of something much bigger. But that's too long. Ugh, I hate long. So, the Remnant. Like my name's better as Petey. Ryder, you've been studying this Remnant technology? What have you learned? Plenty. Not nearly enough. It's old, it uses glyphs, and it's well protected. I saw this tech clear the skies on Habitat 7. We're hoping it could do the same for EOS. Huh. Atmosphere manipulation? Maybe. Fits the model. All Remnant tech is connected. You interfaced with this monolith somehow, and now it's pinging the others. If you wake them up too, they must lead to whatever master switch might fix the radiation. Interface with the monoliths, follow the connection to the source. Easy enough. Sure, just don't piss off too many observers. Here, take my nav points. I've got to figure this interfacing out. Just be careful. This planet's all kinds of strange.
Ever disobeyed an order, Cora?
In my soldier days? No. That's kind of the point.
Is that mechanical? Never thought about it.
Military discipline isn't there to give you something cool to rebel against. In combat, people depend on you being in the place they
That was
expect,
a close call.
doing what you're meant to do, or they die.
That doesn't mean you're doing the right thing.
I know.
Yeah, this shit sometimes is a motherfucker. Good news is you will be able to upgrade the speed on your vehicle.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station. Landing zones in this region are available, Pathfinder. I've added them to your nav system.
Look there. That spot has shelter, water, stable ground.
It was initially overlooked due to heavy kept presence at the...
The Site 1 folks were interested in the monoliths, too.
Did they learn anything?
Mostly what you learn the hard way. But hey, now you're here.
I'm trying to remember what I said because there are some inconsistencies in this game.
More remnant bots. These ones don't seem hostile.
Just so that y'all know that this is over here. If you go get it now, you don't have to worry about getting it later. Before you get into this quantum entanglement with these damn remnant things. That's why this handgun that I have is a special Pathfinder gun. You do not get it at the beginning of the game. If you run it enough, you can get it.
I detect a high level of remnant encryption here, Pathfinder. To continue, you will need to decrypt it.
What do we have here?
We're so close. I just know it. Once we get that linguist, we'll crack it. There's so much tech here. It has to help. Then I can see Carrie again. It's been a slow start, but we got it.
Hey, I'm getting better at this.
You should now be able to interface Pathfinder.
I'll need to use the interface that controls this.
Interface successful, Pathfinder.
Come back and get all those bodies. Okay. So I can use this triangle. No, don't use the triangle. Use the square, and it'll bring up the puzzle.
Interface successful, Pathfinder.
Now you don't get many of those, but you'll see it in the right corner,
Whatever that did.
and there'll be a
I
number
see
beside it.
pathways lining up all over. The monoliths are resonating. QEC contact? Well, whatever's happening, you're definitely connecting. You did good. Keep doing more. Hit dropship. Seriously? Can't catch a break.
Ammo. There we go.
Is it just me, or do cats seem to appear everywhere we find revenant tech? I was just thinking the same thing.
I honestly forgot about that cat attack.
Radiation levels increasing.
Imagine leaving all the craziness on the Nexus to be the first settlers here. So much riding on you, and then
This time will be different. Right. This is our element. Look at that view.
make it safe. That's not desert. It's an endless beach.
The first colonists sent audio log.
We are way off base. I had to go back because if y'all saw that yellow line, it means we were in trouble. app again. So we need to go there. So get on this road and go that way. Or jump off this cliff.
Hostiles ahead!
Remember the early data on EOS back home?
When everywhere was labeled H with a bunch of numbers.
Your dad put those readings up in his office. Knew them all by heart. Wonder what those worlds really looked like then. And now.
So as you guys can see, we're having a vehicle malfunction. I don't know why it does that. I'm going to say it's because it's the game.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station.
That generally kills your vehicle.
Mining zones in this region are available, Pathfinder.
It doesn't speed it up, though.
System. Radiation levels increasing.
That looks like a cat facility of some kind. Those assholes took over my best research site. They won't let you near the monolith without a fight.
It's funny, I was already in all-terrain mode and I couldn't climb the hill.
Radiation levels within acceptable limits.
Ted, incoming!
Hostile shuttle incoming.
And that gun's got range.
Ked seemed shaken up. Looks clear.
And y'all don't have to scan everything. I mean, it doesn't hurt to scan everything, but it's not always necessary.
They've got the monolith well protected. We'll need to cut that shield's power supply.
Let's go inside.
Let's get to it before there's any more Ket.
Who are you?
I'm the Pathfinder.
Andromeda Initiative. We're not here to cause trouble.
So you say. Still haven't told me who you are.
I'm the Pathfinder.
Are you now?
You can call me Ryder.
I'm Drac, Clan Nakmor. You'll forgive me if I didn't just trust a stranger from the Nexus. They haven't exactly treated us Krogan well. What are you doing out here?
Checking out these monoliths. The Ket seemed pretty interested in this one. Looks like you cleared it out for us, though.
You sad I didn't save any for you? Nexus knows shit about the Ket. They think they're safe. But they're just waiting to die out there in space. I've been quads deep on a couple of planets for a while now, taking out Ket bases, fighting ground troops. I know what they can do.
It's not pretty.
You know, we could use a Krogan like you, Drac.
I'm flattered, but do you have any idea how many humans I've watched die? Your meat is spoiled. Besides, the day I help the Nexus again is the day the clouds part and the Ket keel over. No offense.
None taken.
Good, because I'm getting bored and the Ket are getting stronger. Seem particularly interested in this alien tech.
Remnant?
Yeah, that. I'm gonna go find more to shoot. Try to keep your head out there.
This component was security tagged for Site 2.
There's a dead body there. Don't scan it. Just remember where it is.
Looks like they had some sort of special project going. Let's find the rest.
A field log pathfinder issued to patrolling cat.
I don't need a translation to know when I'm hearing a monster.
Adding to language database.
He seems fun.
Oh, missed something. If y'all will watch the original ones that I did, you'll know that I missed those every time I played until now. Swear there was a thing to help put these damn things down.
I think that's enough.
Gonna need to collect those, especially if you talk to the scientist. And some of these things don't have the things, even though you have to search and scan them.
Done. The
You'll figure
monoliths
it
are
out.
online and connected to something in the lake. This could be the master switch we're looking for.
I'll meet you there. Don't do anything without me.
Alright, let's party. Excuse me. Get over here. Damn. Okay. meant to get combat tool, but I don't want to undo anything, so. I'm going to keep soldier mode. I'm actually going to switch this gun. And no, I'm not, because I can't. I'm locked out of that right now. Still have that. I don't use the scope because it changes the firing. Oh God, this is really after I get in pretty well with the game, I'll freaking you can also rock those suits. This is why you also need to collect as much elements as you can, especially EZO. These elements, they help you build your weapons. Can't wait till I get my damn knife. I also need those. Those will make your vehicle faster. You see how it upgrades the engine? So I need 120 copper. And for this I need 120 copper and 43, I guess, platinum. You will be able to upgrade everything. Now press that score button. Good thing I read that shit because they said destroy. You'll need these things. You'll need to collect them. Those are what you'll need to modify your suit. This is what you use if you don't have the map. Save them for like the emergency puzzles. Save this shit. Save as necessary. And also, playing casual your first run through, or playing easy. Do not play in normal. Yeah, I couldn't remember if anything was up here. This may make your stomach drop. First time I did it, it made my stomach drop.
Best is a good name. Not the best name, but it's good.
So what would be best?
Hey, complaining doesn't mean I want it to be my job.
It never does.
Yes, we are not going to do combat with those guys. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh yeah, it's because the engine needs to be improved. Turn flag. And so for everybody that watched the
Coming out of the lake. The tech's underground too. Let's see.
the last run through,
It's opening up. I see a door. Come on! Whoa. It's
and you get to see it all.
forming a bridge. Looks solid. If not, prepare to swim.
Like I said, the consistency is like not up to date with the movements of the game. I don't know, and that's like a Mass Effect thing actually. No matter which game you play. Okay. Well, I screwed up. Worth it.
No, this can't be right. All that fanfare for an empty room? There's some secret here. There must be. Do your Pathfinder thing. Oh, you're good. I didn't do a thing.
How far down do you think it goes?
That can't be air pressure. Electrostatic? Gravitation. Oh, you idiot, PB. That wasn't the front door. This is. I'll let you know. Hey! It's acting like a gravity well. But where's it taking us? Embrace the unknown, Ryder. Now this is more like it. Looks like a bunker. Or a vault. Whatever you call it. The controls for that atmosphere processor might be down here somewhere. Let's find out. Anything could be important. Let's be thorough.
Y'all heard her.
I think that gravity well works in reverse, too. Then we have a way out. You're not leaving already, are you? Not until we find those processor controls. No signs of any cat. Maybe they can't get into the vault? But you can. That'll get their attention. Lucky me. Only minimal power. I don't think it triggered the atmosphere processor, but...
Pathfinder, a conduit beneath the floor just activated. Fluid is running through it. It could be generating emergency power. Your scanner will have more details.
What have we here? I see the conduit, Sam. Whatever it is, it leads out of the room. Not what we're looking for, but worth getting a record. Go ahead. I've got your back.
Phrase recovered. Must read to access. This console links to surface facilities.
Then it must control the atmosphere processor. No glyphs. It looks dead, or locked down, like most of this place.
The fluid conduit leads to this console and further into the vault.
So if we follow that conduit, it might lead to the system lockdown.
Minor corruption detected.
Another gravity well, and that's
Don't
new.
try to run into that. It doesn't help your character
What is
at
it?
all.
A symbol of authority? A key? It's easy to speculate with Remnant, but we need more facts. I'll see what I can find on this beauty. Maybe over this way. Whatever has this place on lockdown is that way. I do my best work solo. You fix up the vault, I'll investigate the relic, and together we'll figure this place out. You don't watch many horror vids, do you? We have no idea what's down there. And we never will if we miss something because we're huddled in a group. I'll be careful. Just stay on the radio. I'm on frequency 145.8. Stay safe.
Haha.
10 credits say she ends up in a pit of spikes.
This gravity well's sealed off. No way through.
Incidentally, a gravity well is the gravitational effect of a large mass in space.
Now don't go in there.
This is more accurately a well with variable gravity.
Keep a note for our sorry friend. For when we try to explain all this. Well, look at this. No way through, no interface points. Sam, note it down for later.
Y'all don't
Jack,
have to get
it's-
what I just saw.
well, you know who. We read you, PB.
Right.
Stay in touch.
It's not gonna hurt you if you do.
They dug this place through solid rock. Look up there. Must be how they kept it from collapsing.
Oh, that was a close one.
Looks like a blast shield. That might be handy. Whoa. What's that liquid?
Unable to classify.
The only way through is down towards it.
An unknown alloy and other materials. The composition resembles omnigel.
Maybe that's the fluid in the conduit. It's dead. Nothing.
FYI, it's
How
not
did they use it
omnichannel.
working in that liquid?
Yeah.
Those things are gonna become a problem real soon.
So whatever that liquid is, they need a whole aqueduct of it.
Make that 2 aqueducts, at least. I just crossed one.
Don't let him get goo.
Careful, don't fall in that liquid.
No shit. Damn it. Damn it.
Use the pillars for cover!
I swear to God, there was something over here. Yeah, that's one of the things that keeps happening. Even though you've made it across. So the bad news is you can't come back to that room. You've been warned.
My God. All this for an atmosphere processor. What is this place?
How come this liquid hasn't dried up? Unless turning that conduit on started it all flowing again. Wouldn't that be something?
Another aqueduct. How many do they need?
If it really is like Omnigel, that fluid could be what's keeping this place going.
Are those roads down there? I can't even see where they end.
Up there! More remnant!
Watch the edges!
Way ahead of you.
So,
Keep looking up. Don't let him get above us.
keep up the pressure. We're almost through.
We're good.
PB! Ryder! That relic box I found? Not a symbol of authority. The remnants still shoot at me. I'll try it with one of those data patterns we saw. Is that a good idea? Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Now, there's going to be a plot hole to this. Because somehow or another, she's going to find her way back to us. And they don't really explain it.
That's one way to light a room. The atmosphere processor we found before didn't need all these steps. Dad just interfaced with it directly.
And it didn't work out so great.
Direct intervention was necessary in that case, but clearly unwise.
Look how high it is. Might be another gravity well. The well's sealed. Damn. Maybe we can use the conduit for emergency power, same as before. That looks like a turret. Be careful. Looks like we got that turret on our side just in time. Sure this well isn't gonna open up under us? Pretty sure. Focus on the remnant. Wonder if I'd get anything on the scanner. The conduit splits and goes through each of those devices.
Interfacing may complete the circuit and allow the world to open.
If it gets us to the system lockdown, let's try. Okay, let's hit the other console and complete that circuit.
This device appears defensive in nature. the gravity well, the conduit leads down. Conduit flow pressure is variable. There could be activity below.
Then let's dig deeper.
Remnant are just full of surprises.
There are only glimpses into another civilization. Too bad we have to keep destroying them.
They must be fighting for a reason. All these mysteries. Something big is happening in Andromeda, Ryder. Something magnificent.
Let's find that system lockdown.
Hardly any dust. How old is this place?
Unknown. Radiation counts indicate the vault has been offline for several hundred years.
Around the time the Scourge appeared. That can't be a coincidence. Maybe the Scourge is why all this tech was abandoned?
Okay.
Gauntlet, or maybe a hand tool.
Our scientists will love it either way.
Crap, the conduit sprang a leak.
Careful. No way you can interface with the console like that.
And no fluid means no power. Damn it. Maybe that's why those devices up above were turned off. We're not turning back now. There has to be some way to fix the leak.
Ryder, up here!
See? Pothole.
What happened? I can't get indoors to work.
The conduit's breached.
Hey, wait! The observers were using weird laser frequencies to fix a broken wall back there. I can send the frequencies to your Omni tool. Maybe they can patch up the conduit?
And received. I'll give them a shot. The system's responding to those frequencies. Just a patch job, but it should hold.
Nice work! If it's fixed, that console should work now.
Looks like it worked.
There's even a bridge. You're a pal, Ryder.
Where are you going?
We've got to be close to the system lockdown by now. First one gets the glory.
We'll catch up. Let's see if we powered up a way out of here. Will you look at that?
How do we get across?
Watch your step. It's still a long drop.
Died so many times, y'all, playing here. Ah, damn it.
Yes. All the way down here?
You see them too? Thought all the gravity spot had messed up my eyes.
No sunlight, no water. They should all be dead.
The source of the system lockdown may yield more information. We appear to be close.
Glad I didn't eat a big breakfast. Company!
Come and get me, light bulb. That's it. Come on.
Sounds like you made it.
Can't remove anything that's down here. Okay, clearly there's nothing down here. So don't waste your time going down there. Okay, so what I'm about to do is waste time. You don't have to do this, but if you'd like to explore, then you can
Looks like a
feel free
side
to
room.
come in here.
Still, could be anything in here.
Oh.
We'll be fine.
No, just the light.
See? Absolutely fine.
And unfortunately, you can't go down and cross there, because that would be fucking awesome.
Ah, damn it. It's okay. It's fine.
Knew it. Phew. Come on.
They made a new path. I think that's the right way. We could reach it. And if we backtrack. Observers coming up at us!
Oh no! Come on, fly over the damn thing.
pulsating.
Oh, that bit's slippery.
And you don't have to do this, but I do it this way just because
Now
it's
where does
easier
that go?
to take care of that issue. Also, gotta save it. No, I'm not. Damn it. Won't let me save it. Damn fucking tastic.
We're 2 gravity wells down already, and this place goes even deeper. What's at the bottom? Let's not find out the hard way.
Ryder, I think I got it. This relic is some kind of data storage device.
What's on it?
Give me a chance. I'll need my notes back on the surface to really...
More remnant back here. Got him.
Look at all those data patterns. It's practically a library.
You're kidding.
I'm looking at it right now.
And I went the other way? Crap. I'd kill to be standing where you are.
Severe data corruption detected.
Is there anything left?
A possible reference to EOS, and a term that could translate to craft, discovery, or edifice. Data corruption, approximating a translation of surviving terms.
Protocol, disengage, Vergerous. Vergerous?
So many answers right there, and no way to reach them.
You should now be able to interface, Pathfinder. Interface successful, Pathfinder.
Yeah, those trees have spikes. Not thorns. Spikes.
Dad would have really loved this place. Nothing hooked him like the unknown. Someday Scott could be exploring down here.
Just so y'all know, that's a false narrative. You can't even come back when this is done. Which, sucks.
We've got it past it. Whoa! Sounds like you made it.
Too far, even for jump jets.
That is cool.
Oh, that was nice. That's never happened before.
It's all so huge. I see one thing, I'm probably missing 3 more.
Feel that? This whole platform's resonating with something. It must be close.
And I still can't see it. What I can do is put some of these skills to work. Let's go with Liam first. There's 3. Towards the military to good use. Confirm. Cora has 2. I'm gonna put her Sorry Commando to work. Ryder has 4. So we're gonna do none of that. Combat tool. So each one of them has 1 except for blockade. I gotta worry about blockade right now. Sniper rifle. Combat tool. Still won't let me say it.
No question. This is the heart of the vault.
I've never seen anything like it.
All conduits converge here, Pathfinder.
That must be the lockdown console.
Here's where things get dramatic, y'all.
Any thoughts, Sam?
Unknown. Though it appears related to the lockdown, an in-depth study may reveal its purpose. The system lockdown is disabled. The vault and the atmosphere processor should return to full operation.
Ryder, you fixed the lockdown, didn't you? The whole place is lighting up. Power readings are off the chart. Really, really off the chart. But if it's back online, we should be good too.
Should we?
Go! Phoebe, get back to the entrance now! I saw it! What is that thing? Don't risk it, just go! Watch out, fence!
I look back. Why did I look back?
Too far to jump! Got another bridge?
It would be wise to escape, Ryder.
I know, Sam! Keep running! Another gravity well!
It could go anywhere.
It goes away from here, we're taking it! It's still coming! Sweeping the whole vault! You don't let anything in its way! Yeah, like us!
There's some serious shortcuts when your friends aren't riding with you, even though they went
Barrier's
with you.
gone!
It's that thing you want, but it's going to be close.
That's the door to the entrance, almost there!
That's not the door. Come on. That wasn't part of my plan. I was just gonna keep going, but I got lost. It's called a narrow escape.
Almost clear. Where are you? Hello? Phoebe! Go! Go, go, go! Ah, right on our heels! Get to the gravity well!
Not moving. Find an override.
Hudson is attempting surface reconnection.
On!
Vault restart is now complete.
Thanks, Sam.
That was... Talk about a rush! Nothing like outrunning death. Or reactivating a huge mysterious vault. Nice going.
Atmosphere processor is online, recovering last console activity.
Is that the Helios cluster? Yeah. There we are. That's Eos.
Whoa. Did restarting the system do that?
If that light is us, then all these points could be vaults on other worlds. Dormant like this one. Maybe. But why is there a whole network of them? What's all this for? Unless the builders show up to explain themselves, all we've got is guesswork. So far, we've seen bots, living plants, atmosphere processors.
Back home, some corporation hit a desert world with an ice comet. They changed the atmosphere to bring rain.
To help it support life.
That first processor we saw was making things worse, but maybe it malfunctioned.
Is that what these builders were trying to do? Make worlds habitable? Even terraform a whole cluster? Hey, look there. That's different. Maybe it's active? We've got to go see. Sam?
Extrapolating. These coordinates lie beyond the space we have currently surveyed, Pathfinder.
Mark it on our charts. We need more to go on. Let's head up to the surface. I could use some fresh air.
I'll be changing that uniform when I get back to the Nexus. I meant to say the Tempest.
Look at that sky. How? No atmosphere processor works that fast.
If this effect is representative, Pathfinder, air and moisture patterns will show noticeable improvement. EOS could support an outpost.
Even without the storms, it'll be a struggle for a while. We can tough it out. This remnant technology could be the key to our survival, if we can control it.
You can. Kind of. Still, wouldn't hurt to find a manual.
We've got a lead. Sam marked it on the charts down there. That site is active, whatever it is. Who knows what we'll find there? We? You want to come along? I want to know what makes the remnant tick. You've got a key to their technology. Or a crowbar, at least. I don't know. We're a team. You like working solo. Sure, but we don't have to be joined at the hip to solve all this. Come on. All right. Pack what you need and... Data pad, toothbrush, clean underwear.
Another plot hole.
I'll catch up with you. Well, this will be interesting. Now for our new outpost.
You have already logged an ideal site. Nav point noted. Updating temp list.
The Nexus is on pins and needles, Ryder. Pods are inbound and ready.
Let's go make it happen.
Just so that y'all know, it's easier to transport yourself to these things, the forward stations. You don't have to play the game the way I'm playing it, but I have decided to extend the play because it's not 1 o'clock yet, but I'm going to extend the play.
Track?
Ryder, about time you joined the party.
Reloading!
That's it, kid. Keep it up. That fight was fun.
You're telling me?
You can really handle yourself, kid. And I hear you're the one to thank for clearing up the sky. Had your number all wrong.
So, the clouds parted. These cat look pretty keeled over. Maybe us humans can pull our weight after all.
Well, you can, clearly. But there's a lot to do before I'd be that smug about it. You know what? I'm gonna ignore my gut and join up. This fight was good, and we can do it again. Now, before you go say you don't need a Krogan, believe me, you do.
I like him
That's what
just
I
as
said.
much as I like Rex and Grunt.
Fairwinds Basin. Lowest radiation count in the area. Little bit of...
Cora has a nice butt.
This is where we'll build our new outpost. A real beginning.
Prepping deployment order. You must choose what purpose this new outpost will serve.
The Nexus doesn't get a say?
Resources are at a crisis point. Protocol states this judgment call falls to the Pathfinder. With current supplies, you could build a military outpost focusing on defense and militia training. Alternatively, a scientific outpost could advance the initiative's research and discoveries.
I'm choosing this outpost's direction for decades, maybe centuries.
That is the prime responsibility of a Pathfinder. Be advised that the first outpost placed by a Pathfinder will be a statement in itself. Fair or not, your choice will represent the initiative and its intentions in Andromeda. Consider carefully.
Prioritize research and discovery. That's our foundation and our future.
Orders prepped. Ready when your signal.
Andromeda Initiative. This is Ryder. Pathfinder. EOS is ready for deployment.
Copy that. Outpost block inbound. And ready as hell. August Bradley, operational head for this block. Mayor now, I suppose. We're ready to make the most of what you delivered.
It took a lot of people to get us this far. That's the work you'll continue.
I hear that. Prodromos. That's what we're calling her.
They're eager. I haven't seen eager for months. EOS is far from golden. But now it's a producer. A real and reasonable first step. They think you did the impossible.
I'm just
The
getting started.
Nexus. I warned them, hoping was irresponsible. You proved me wrong, Pathfinder.
What are you playing at? Seems like being my friend is suddenly valuable.
Fair assumption. The reality, Ryder? You bought us time, but one outpost on a long-shot planet won't stop us from starving. You already have a lead on something else?
The nav point from the vault.
Now it gets complicated. The others are ready to officially sanction your efforts, to be a part of your success. We all want the initiative to succeed, but after failing for so long, no one agrees on how to do it. Be aware, that's all.
Watch out for everyone, but not you, right? You're genuine.
I know what I came here to be. Talk to Bradley. Later, we'll go over the extended job of Pathfinder. Until then, Tan's waiting on the Nexus.
Addison also has a nice butt. Don't do this stupid shit that I do. I went around the whole perimeter doing that. Don't do it. Before we go anywhere else, we will be coming back here. Yeah, don't drop in the water. It's very bad if you drop in the water.
Another eidetic trigger, Sam?
Yes, they're my memory array.
Mayor Bradley.
Pathfinder, good to see you. We're busy as anything, thanks to you. Bit dusty, but we can adapt. It's worth it when it's your own.
Let's not drive people too hard. Rough enough getting this far.
Nothing you see here came from cracking a whip. Everyone is just ready. You go do what you need to on the Nexus. Follow that dot. There will be more to do on EOS later. Some key positions: Connor Supply, Ramirez Medical, Abrams Science, Fawkes Engineering. With them and my major domo, we won't end up like Site 1 and 2.
I combed the first 2 outpost attempts. Those people died trying.
And they deserved better from the Nexus. That's where I point the finger. We'll remember. You changed this planet, but that doesn't make it easy. We'll use the efforts of those who went before. Good people, every last one. I'd have been honored to fail with any of them.
I haven't reached the end of that trail, but not everyone died outright.
Right. They tell me there were staggered evacs. If any want to try again, they're welcome. Oh, and Pathfinder, this is for you. It's our flag. Hang it where the Nexus can see. It's touched the soil of our first outpost in Andromeda. Make it real.
Okay, so that's a shortcut because you don't ever get to see the flag, but Mass Effect is famous for those kind of shortcuts. Just remember Mass Effect 2 and try the squid meal.
Leaving Atwell. All clear.
Yeah, we should be on a Tempest. But it's highly possible that we're going straight to the Nexus.
Before the meeting gets started, I have bunk assignments for PB and Drac.
Already put my rucksack in the kitchen. I'll hang out there if that's okay.
And I'm in one of the escape pods. More my speed.
That's fantastic. Welcome aboard. Any thoughts, Ryder?
I don't care where anyone sleeps, as long as we realize what a kick-ass team we have. Let's talk about our success on EOS. Besides establishing our first viable outpost, we did some amazing things. We discovered the Remnant and breached their vault.
And didn't get killed.
Overcame radiation poisoning a number of times.
And didn't die.
Confronted by Ket at every turn.
Once again, did not get killed.
You guys really need to raise the bar on what you call success.
Yeah, should we use the Krogan definition of success that got your homeworld nuked by your own people?
Fair enough.
Let's focus. Back to the task at hand. Looking forward.
Exactly. Here's my only question. When do we hit that next vault? It looked active. We have to get on that.
Hang on. We need to not go off half-cocked.
There are initiative priorities. The team calls the shots.
Actually, the Pathfinder calls the shots, just to be clear. So what do you need from us, Ryder? Let's be kind and give each other the benefit of the doubt. Finding a home for tens of thousands in this hellscape is stressful enough without adding dysfunction.
You got it, boss.
If Krogan are known for one thing, it's getting along.
But not humility or self-awareness. Okay, let's head back to the Nexus. PB, Drac, see Lexi for physical? Good meeting, everyone.
I'm in the galley when you're free.
You're not Harry.
The blue give it away? Habitat 7 was a little more action-packed than Harry bargained for. He decided to spend his retirement years in the Hyperion looking after your brother.
Joke's on him. Scott's a handful.
I think you're both trouble. Hold still.
Ow!
Sorry.
I remember you having a gentler touch.
Still trying to get my bearings. Thought I'd be waking up colonists, not taking care of the Pathfinder.
I couldn't be in better hands.
I just stabbed you.
We all have off days.
I always hoped to work in the field, but everything's happening so quickly.
Focus on the positive. It helps.
I guess this is my opportunity to study alien species firsthand. Getting a cat specimen aboard the Hyperion would be difficult, but here...
What?
A cat corpse. For autopsy, a live subject would be better, but I'm not greedy.
Why do you care about the cat?
Harry didn't tell you? I'm a specialist in alien anatomy. My thesis on Krogan virility and aggression is what got me in the initiative.
That's a very specific topic.
I grew up on Omega, lots of Krogan mercenaries.
Right.
Sam?
Hell, that wasn't even my business, and I read it. Fix my suit. This. All right, let's go.
Hello, Ryder. Eos has been a lesson in contrast. Alec Ryder rarely endured doubt. His accomplishments were taken for granted. But you succeeded on Eos despite doubt and fear. Emotionally, the difference is like catching a ball versus catching a star. You have grown as a result, and so have I.
Are you still on the Hyperion?
Yes, this terminal provides a direct link to my service in SAM-node on the Ark. I can maintain a presence on the Tempest via quantum entanglement communication.
Let's say, hypothetically, I was out sick the day they taught quantum... embezzlement communism.
Via entangled subatomic particles, it's possible to conduct secure and instantaneous communication across great distances. It ensures I remain in touch with you and the Pathfinder team at all times.
What was Dad's take on Scott and I?
He believed your family trials brought you closer together and hoped that would endure. It appears that hope was well-founded.
Is it confusing to be in multiple places talking to different people?
My awareness can be partitioned, so I can give you the same attention as, say, a SAM-node technician. In the field, you are my primary focus, and all other requests are queued. In the vernacular, you have my undivided attention.
So if we're going to work together, you might notice I like to joke around sometimes, lighten things up. How's your sense of humor, Sam?
Alec Ryder encouraged me to develop this skill.
Humor's not a skill, it's... Okay, try telling me a joke.
A neutron enters a bar and asks, "How much is a drink?" The bartender replies, "For you, no charge."
I can see why Dad told you to keep working on your humor. Thanks, Sam. Nothing more.
Don't give the Pathfinder too much trouble. Oh, Rusha.
Who were you talking to?
Kesh, Nexus Superintendent, thinks she can boss me around just because she's my granddaughter.
Well, welcome to the Tempest. Trouble's what we do.
I like the way you think, kid.
Ugh, someone somewhere shivered when I said that.
Probably Tan. Damn politicians.
Is that all you brought?
You travel lean when supplies are tight and you're on your own.
Your people had to know what it'd be like when you left the Nexus.
We did, but there weren't a lot of options. After the mutiny happened, it was either buckle under Tan's rules or start our own colony. Easy choice. Bad consequences all around.
Come on, controller.
Not all Krogan left. Your granddaughter stayed.
Good thing she did. Without my Rushan, you wouldn't have had much of a station to tie your ship to. As for me, I'm way more useful out here. Lots to shoot at, for one.
Your people come first.
Keeping Kesh and our colony safe will always be my top priority. That's why I'm happy to tag along, help make this galaxy a little more hospitable.
Can't argue with that.
We haven't really spoken since orientation, have we? It's all been so hectic, but I'm sure things will quiet down soon. Can't be worse than the Nexus.
I'm gonna try and see what I can do on the Nexus before I go back to Eos.
your territory.
The Nexus has been here for months. Still not enough time to survey it all. Anomaly on sensors. Probes launched. Anomaly found. Anomaly on sensors.
Damn it.
Probe away. Deploying probe. Probes launched.
That's also an issue.
Detecting what's left of a ship. I'm picking up something. Probes launched. Anomaly found.
Pathfinder, is it true? We're settling EOS. We've thought that before. But EOS is different now, right? Pathfinder.
All right, settle down. Give him space. Lieutenant Syax, Kendros' aide. They all wanted to see you. Real hope again. It's been a while.
They've got a Pathfinder again. This is what we do.
And you've done it splendidly.
Professor Herrick, right?
What you achieved with that remnant vault is unprecedented, Pathfinder. Impossible. But with new scientific talent waking up, we'll unravel those mysteries. The whole Nexus will benefit.
August Bradley will oversee that. He's the new mayor.
Bradley. I know him.
Seems like a good man.
Well, what are you waiting for? There's a new world out there.
Thank you, Ryder.
Consumption of alcohol in public spaces is strictly prohibited. They were really clear about it. All the prep sessions, everything. Still damn it.
Here we are, one young piejack. Ready to see Andromeda, huh? Sam, can you send a note to Kesh? Make sure our new friend gets...
Okay, so before I do anything, I wanna sell some shit. You can save that for later.
Acknowledged.
Sure. Let me know what materials you need and I'll find you something.
That's a relief. Thanks for helping out. I owe you one.
An expedition to Eos in the Pythias system has discovered a mysterious facility that authorities are calling a vault. Though not much yet is known about the underground structure, it's believed to be remnant in origin. Noted Asari scientist Helisaria Basale.
What we activated in the vault drastically improved the atmosphere on Eos.
This is HNS.
This is Absolute. Our first outpost, Prodromos, has confirmed full deployment on the Eos. We expect the colony to be fully self-supporting soon and able to send us supplies.
If you listen, you'll have great banter.
Maintenance crews, please report to the commons area.
Whether you understand it or not, it's a whole nother ballgame. And sometimes their words are clear, sometimes their words are not clear.
Any logistics updates are due within the hour.
Of course, if you know what some of the things they're saying actually are, then you're in good shape. But if you don't, then you hang it up. Hang it up, hang it up. Everybody hang it up.
Any logistics updates are due within the hour.
Ryder, isn't it? Kerry Tvessa, freelance vidmaker. This is Hakeem, my producer. I could use your help. What are you looking for? Director Tans asked for an uplifting documentary on the initiative.
Translation, paint rainbows over our problems. But our problems are history. People deserve the truth, not propaganda. Maybe a crisis is the time for hope rather than hard truths. That was Tan's angle. But if we pretend everything's fine, who does that truly serve? The heart of my documentary will be an interview series. I was hoping you'd take part. I want the dirt and blood of our story, not the convenient fairy tale Tan's looking for. Interested?
You don't mind treading on the initiative director's toes?
What would he do? Pull funding we don't have? I'm game if you are.
Okay, interview away.
Let's start at home. 14 months and the Nexus still isn't finished. Arcs are missing, we have people in exile. By any standard, this wasn't the plan. Our leadership describes these as anticipated issues. Would you agree?
All expeditions have to deal with supplies, enemies, or, hell, just getting lost. We'll deal with all of them. We just need time.
Tan will love that. But if that's your take, that's what goes in. Bandwidth means I'm transmitting in short bursts, so that's all for now. But you can bet I'll have more questions later. You're great. I'll get to work editing.
Apex personnel, please check your duty roster for important updates.
This is wrong. Just wrong. Hey, Ryder, I'd like a moment.
Yes? Lieutenant Sayax, right?
That's me. I'm putting together Apex strike teams to protect the people and assets you're setting up out there. We don't have a good sense of what we're up against and could benefit from your experience.
I'll have Sam upload our insights on the Ket, Remnant, and outlaw forces we've encountered.
Thanks. You'll see. Apex will make a difference.
Apex team leaders reporting back.
This is a nightmare.
Weekly injury
It's
report.
not right.
One bar brawl.
It's not fair.
Participants arrested.
What's wrong?
Oh my, So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political. My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
What exactly was he convicted of?
They don't exile you for petty theft. Well, maybe this bunch would. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have. There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please, tell Nilken I love him.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanted to chat with you.
The Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
I'm not here to exile you. Told your wife I'd look into things.
At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
So when he was killed, people assumed you did it?
For good reason. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the cat, and I guess I panicked and fired. Witness saw the chief's chest explode.
Sounds like an accident.
That's what I told them. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
I'll check out the evidence. Maybe something doesn't add up.
It'd be nice to have someone with an open mind looking at it. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Superintendent Cash Vermont.
No news on the Turian Ark yet? Or is this militia business?
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
Doesn't seem right to put all that on him.
Of course it isn't, but that's the perception. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
And you assume he's lying.
What's a lie to a murderer? Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Supply request is in. Half ammo today. Focus on melee.
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilken, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! It seized the compound! Call for evacuation! We're not giving up, Nilken. We're taking it back. No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
Still in progress.
No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Secure message from intelligence. Requesting armor cam footage.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Did you see any Ket in the vicinity?
Nilken said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
Did Nilken seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilken in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been guilt. The reality of the act sinking in.
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tan wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Pathfinder. Hello. Director Tan is expecting you.
Last time I was here, this was a storage closet.
Pathfinder Hall just needed a Pathfinder to open.
We're still getting the commons area ready. Hydroponics is only at partial capacity.
Not good enough.
We don't have enough people. My workers need a break.
I was actually supposed to come talk to Tan first.
But not until our survival is no longer at risk. Now please excuse me while I meet with our Pathfinder. Hey, Ryder. Addison told me about the outpost. You're the hero of the hour.
Let's hold off on the celebration. We haven't found home yet.
Oh, there's no need for modesty. Success affords leverage over those who doubted you.
And you're my best friend.
A patron. One who shares your vision of a prosperous future.
I suppose we agree on that much.
I knew that given a chance, your talents would emerge. Deciphering the vault, alien terraforming. It's not how we imagined all this, but a good Pathfinder improvises. And a great one hangs it on the wall. Yours are the first trophies to grace Pathfinder Hall. You're a symbol now, Ryder. A reason for people to believe.
It wouldn't have been possible without my crew. They're a talented bunch.
But you're their beacon.
Careful, you'll end up adopting you, Ryder.
Ah, my staff.
Colleagues, you wouldn't be looking to cut us out, would you, Tan?
I remind you, I am the director of the initiative.
Acting director.
The director's had a rough time stepping into a job he didn't ask for. I sympathize. Let's give him a chance.
As I've said all along, the Pathfinder and I are of one mind.
I have concerns about your decision on Eos, Ryder. An outpost full of scientists won't do as much good if the Kett attack.
But it will help support the Nexus. Improved research could help feed our people.
And we could argue about it all day long, as we always do. The decision was made. Now we move on. What is your plan for moving on, Ryder?
We have a lead on the terraforming network. I need to take the Tempest deeper into the sector to investigate. If the other Golden Worlds are where they should be, this could be closer to them.
Careful. The Kett are scouring the cluster for remnant technology. You'll end up in a fight for sure. You might also run into exiles. They didn't leave the Nexus on good terms.
And we still need more outposts. They're important to expanding the station.
Though with Ark still missing, this could be a chance for Ryder to search for them. Yes, I think that's best. You have my permission.
I wasn't really asking for it.
Of course. I support that kind of enthusiasm.
Right.
Ryder, this is Harry back on the Ark.
Go ahead.
We may have found a way to talk to your brother, sort of. Drop by when you can. Hyperion Medbay.
Will do.
Pathfinder, we are to contact Director Addison as soon as possible.
Right. Something about Andromeda viability and perks. Could be useful.
Whole mood of the Nexus has changed since Eos. You really can feel it. New outpost, a Pathfinder's help, people waking up. It's a fresh start.
Can't relax yet. The initiative still has a lot of promises to keep.
And that's on us. But it's damn good to know we're on the right track.
Any logistics up? Things are due within the hour.
had a year to think about it.
It's the Scourge, Director Tan. Its origin defies all known.
Ryder, you're off to a promising start. I meant what I said. You are a symbol now of hope that things will get better. Though I worry about this terraforming network. What do we really know about it?
It's like nothing we've ever seen. It's clear somebody had big plans for this cluster.
But who?
Not sure yet, but at least we're on the trail.
Did you have some other business?
I'm looking into the Nilkin Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
I think we already have. Though physical evidence will only bolster the case.
I'm hoping it proves something else happened.
This case has been a political nightmare. With all we've been through, the people need stability. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
I'm here to serve.
Reminder to all personnel, overtime hours remain in effect.
You've shaken things up, Pathfinder. My department actually has colonial affairs to direct. And you have new tools to help grow the initiative. AVP, ready for spending.
Sam said there was new functionality to discuss.
It's how the initiative was designed to support the Pathfinder. You and your team are out there making Andromeda viable. That empowers all of us. Hit a threshold. A new cryo group can be brought out. Want more focus on research, like on prodromos? That's your call. Brecker will introduce the interface and handle minutiae. All you need to do is decide what life in Andromeda means. No pressure.
Hello, Pathfinder. I am Cryo Deployment Administrator Vladimir Brecker, C63 Galati. Your first task is to decide irrevocably the course of every life in the initiative.
You're kidding?
Yes, of course. But now you respect what we're doing. Andromeda viability and Nexus thresholds are your tools, your reward, and our future. How can I help?
What's the rundown on AVP?
Much of the preparation in the Milky Way was determining how to measure success. Points aren't the most elegant system, but it makes it clear. The more you earn, the more we can deploy.
How are you measuring thresholds?
It's based on resource estimates, and the more simplest explanation, the more you do, the more room we have to grow.
So I decide what groups to wake up. Won't everyone be out eventually?
Absolutely. But there's an order to things, a lines of support. You can't deploy an omelet without first deploying eggs, and eggs won't get you steak. Except it's people, and how all our lives begin.
All right, Brecca. Where do I start?
The interface is active and will respond only to a Pathfinder. It's ready for your first selection. You may begin shaping the initiative at your leisure.
entity known as the Scourge limits travel and communication in the cluster. This is HNS.
Okay, so I'm gonna go talk to her brother, and then I'm going to go back to EOS, and I will end the game after get back up here to the Nexus to solve the murder. Also pick up Dash McCoy thing.
This is not good. I'll make it right, Dad. Exiles. I promise.
Harry, what's happening with Scott?
Well, we got him out of the pod. I don't want to get your hopes up, but Sam managed to find him, you might say.
I don't follow.
Well, he's still in a coma, but he also has an implant like yours, and Sam managed to access it. He's made contact.
That's incredible. He's okay?
Vitals are steady, but I'm letting Sam take the lead on this one.
They're in a coma. Scott's mental processes remain intact.
So is he okay?
You can ask him yourself. A moment while I establish a link with his implant. Proceed.
Scott? Can you hear me?
Is that you, sis? I don't understand. What's happening?
There was a problem with your stasis pod. You're in a coma on the Hyperion. Do you understand?
Wow, really? How are we talking?
Sam linked into your implant, but they say you're stable. You're safe and sound in the med bay.
Guess I'll take your word for it. I can't feel anything, but I still hear you. Is Dad okay?
He's away on a mission right now. I know he's worried about you, though.
Yeah, sure he is. I'm probably just lost luggage to him by now.
You're wrong. He cares.
Well, at least he's barking orders at you and not me.
Yeah.
So, how's our new home? Does Habitat 7 live up to the hype?
There's been some complications. The Golden Worlds didn't exactly deliver.
Well, that's rough. But we knew it could happen. That's why we brought Dad, right? Find us a place to live.
He's on it.
Damn, I need to be there helping you guys.
You were never one to quit, little brother. A nap won't hold you back.
Someone has to keep an eye on Dad. He doesn't mind snow. No way I'm living on some North Pole.
I'm sure we can arrange for a desert.
Tell Dad.
What happened?
The connection was only temporary. His condition remains stable.
Sorry, it seemed better than nothing. I'll keep you posted, promise.
Thanks, Harry.
Just a routine medical scan. Nothing to worry about. What brings you to Andromeda?
Lots of reasons. Women, for one.
Pathfinder, I'm Nigel McCoy. Just got out of cryo.
Welcome to Andromeda, Nigel.
Thank you. It's bittersweet, though. My little brother Dash was stationed on the Nexus. I just learned he died on EOS, trying to start a settlement.
That's awful. I'm sorry, Nigel.
Yeah. We were gonna start families out here together. I have a pendant our father wore. Dash had its match. Will you reunite them?
Of course.
In his digital journal, he mentioned a spot on EOS where he'd go to think. If you could leave the pendant there.
I can't fucking save it. That's an issue. And I forgot the egg Harry stuff.
Ryder, that was a hell of a thing talking to your brother in a coma. Can't say I really bought into the whole Sam implant, but well, that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was. I had no idea we could do that.
Just when you think you've seen it all, and here a 600-year trip to a new galaxy seemed like science fiction. Something new every day.
So you and Lexi swapped jobs?
You know that moment when you realize you're just getting too old? Ha, right, look who I'm talking to. Trust me, it happens. For me, it was Habitat 7. Watching you guys running around, dodging lightning and the cat, it's a young man's game. Pains me to admit it, but it's passed me by. So it made sense that Lexi and I switched places. She's younger. Well, for sorry. They're still teenagers when they're 200. And she's one hell of a doctor. She'll serve the Tempest well.
What will you do on the Hyperion?
We still have thousands of people taking a nap here, and they need tending to. And this way, I can look out for Scott.
How's Scott doing?
Everything seems fine. Hearing your voice had to help. Even if you did bend the truth there.
How did you end up with the initiative?
Well, you reach a point in life where you wonder, is that all there is? I'd accomplished everything in the Milky Way I could. I was locked into a future of diminishing returns. So coming here was the world's biggest midlife crisis. A chance to wake up in the morning and feel hope instead of arthritis.
That's all, Harry. Thanks.
Don't be a stranger. If anything changes with Scott, I'll let you know.
As sleepers wake from stasis, the initiative urgently requires blood, tissue, and DNA donations. See a medic if you think you may be eligible. This is HNS.
Okay, I think I went to the wrong spot.
Maintenance crews, please report to the commons area.
We're not going yet, so...
Maintenance crews, please report to the commons area. A violent illness related to cherry-like fruit brought back from Habitat 7.
About to go swing by the,
Multiple passengers are still in quarantine. This is HNS.
Sorry, fella.
Welcome back, Ryder.
That's all for now.
Of course. Your father's personal logs. That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it.
You.
word or two for you.
Is there a problem?
Your father is my problem. He's everyone's problem. We're all paying for Alec Ryder's ego. He preyed on Jean Garson's trusting nature, and now she's dead, and we'll all soon follow.
Hey, my dad died for this dream. He was trying to fix things for all of us.
Some dream. He fixed us all right. Go to hell, Pathfinder.
You first, bitch.
Residents are still mourning the loss of Jean Garson. The initiative founder was killed when the Nexus hit the Scourge. An official tribute is planned, though Director Jaren Tan has provided few details so far.
Without Jean, we wouldn't be here. But now that we are here, we need to focus on surviving before we can celebrate.
This is HNS.
Alright, let's go back to EOS. Let's go find the body.
Can we talk when you're free?
I forgot to tell the nurse. The scientist lady. Okay, we'll do that when we get back.
Pythias system, home of Eos and Prodromos.
Scans of the Scourge. All that dark energy twisting and turning on itself. It's splendid. It's dangerous, and that's all I see. A mass of destructive, malevolent tentacles. I can appreciate the colors of a coral snake while recognizing that I wouldn't want to get close. Helios is incredible, isn't it? Not just constructs like the Scourge and the Remnant Vaults. Just all of it. So alien. A constant reminder of the divine intelligence behind all creation. You mean a god? Yes, I believe in a higher power. I know it's a little odd, but I'm a scientist because science brings me closer to something greater than myself. There's something about coming face to face with something wondrous that makes you want to believe. Wow. It's wonderful to meet someone who understands. I've had to justify myself so often, as if having faith in the divine invalidated my work as a scientist. As if this sacred could be diminished by the search for truth. I wasn't questioning your abilities. You never have to justify yourself to me. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that, truly. Now I should probably update the rest of the team with my latest reports. We'll talk later.
center screen.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
Do the Dash McCoy first, because it's going to be the easiest thing to do. For the record, I am going to skip some things that y'all will not see that I will continue to play. Just won't be tonight, because it's almost 2 a.m. That's not what I need to do. That's where we're going.
Long-term process. Hard lessons we can't forget.
Should be a memorial or monument when there's time.
Detecting above normal radiation levels. Pathfinder, this is the spot where Nigel McCoy wanted you to leave his pendant.
In honor of his brother, Dash McCoy.
There should be a sparkling blue memory over there.
I think that's it. Another eidetic trigger, Sam?
Yes, though my memory array remains locked. Additional triggers are required.
Right. That's how you slow the game down or speed the game up, depending on what you're trying to do. I'm literally trying to speed the game up.
I heard someone request EOS deployment. Made me smile.
A hard world, but you can get used to anything if you try. People want to come here, just like they wanted to come to Andromeda. Except now they'll know what they'll find. This is where Chief Reynolds died.
Sandstorms would have buried the body long ago. I suggest scanning.
Hardline coming down.
Another armor piece. Chief Reynolds' helmet.
The search continues.
Pathfinder. The scanners picked up Chief Reynolds' chest piece, confirming single shot. Unable to determine weapon type, but entry point was at the back. Exit blast through the chest.
By all accounts, Milken was in front of the chief when he fired. So it wasn't his shot that killed him.
The Chief's Omnitool might shed some light. Picking up additional armor scraps. I believe it's a trail leading to a cave nearby.
Could be where the nest is located. Karkin nest, all right. Fan out.
Confirming initiative equipment, including Omnitool assigned to Security Chief Hiram Reynolds. Accessing the power it up, I checked the scanning at the time of death. The scan picked up 2 shots. One, a standard initiative rifle report, which missed. The other from behind, a Ket pulse weapon.
This proves Milken is innocent. He didn't shoot Reynolds.
Seems clear to me. Good work.
Pathfinder, there is also an audio recording.
Go ahead and play it.
No!
Where's Milken?
Sorry, old friend. Had to do it. I'm not dying on this rock.
Son of a bitch.
Confirming. Voice identified as suspect Milken. So he did not kill the chief.
But he meant to. Need another chat with the man.
The centers go.
Leaving Apple. All clear.
Vetra was looking for you.
Vetra gonna wait.
Ryder to engineering. Repeat, Ryder to engineering. Shit, is this thing?
Oh, hey, Pathfinder.
The Pathfinder's there? Let me say hi.
Fine, but don't embarrass me. Ryder, this is Sid, my sister. Sid, Ryder.
Let me guess. Little sister?
Who are you calling little?
Look, kiddo, gotta go.
Wait, Ryder, I just wanted to know if...
So I know it feels like I just jumped aboard your ship without explanation.
Now's as good a time as any.
I know that I can be of use here. Better, we've been failing for months, Ryder. Now that we have you, we have a chance out here.
Ability to haggle with the locals? Great. But please tell me you're also good in a fight.
Like I said before, Wrangler, Provisioner, Gunner, and everything in between. I do what I have to. We all have a personal stake in this. If it keeps going, I should track down a lead for Gil's actuators. We'll chat later?
Pathfinder, making the rounds. Slumming it, huh? Want to see how the riffraff are making out?
Hey, it's a dirty job. Are you the riffraff spokesman?
King, actually. You might want to bow. Otherwise, no telling what might fall off the Nomad when you're out there.
I'll take my chances. Just want to see how things are going with the ship.
I can coax more out of this baby than some might think, but we shouldn't go too far or push too hard between Nexus stops. For now. It just feels good to be stretching our wings, you know? Locked in idle too long, you start to drift. People, same as ships. Stuck on the Nexus, gotta say, I was regretting joining the initiative.
I doubt you were the only one.
Yes, but it's a new thing for me, regret. I tend to live the way I work. Kind of feel it, do it. Not a lot of close ties, no real sense of purpose. Figured maybe I'd find my true calling in Andromeda. Then I got here and, oops, I just made a decision there's no turning back from. I was going nuts on that station. You can't know how jazzed I was when you showed up.
You mean how jazzed you were that a Pathfinder showed up?
Tomato, potato. You just keep pointing this ship wherever you want it to go, and I'll make sure she can get there. Deal?
Deal.
Just how long were you on Eos, Drac?
Long enough to get sand in cracks I didn't even know I had.
And neglect your prosthetics.
Neglect and character.
Where's my data pad? Oh, how'd you get under there?
Suvi, were you talking to your notebook?
Oh.
Okay, let's go handle milk and rinse it. Okay, so after I deal with him, I'm gonna end the video. I don't know when it'll be posted, but it will be posted. It's 2:07 a.m. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys see this part and then it's end the video. I'm off with the power.
Residents are quarters. This is HNS.
I'm sorry, Lana. You're just trying to push them around. Broken arm doesn't lie.
I hear you went down to EOS. Did you find anything to help my case?
An enemy blast to the back killed the chief. Your shot missed.
What? You're kidding me. Thank the spirits. This is great.
Hold on there. The chief's Omni tool recorded you over the body. Sam, play back.
Sorry, old friend. Had to do it. I'm not dying on this rock. Shit.
Not only did you think you killed him, you meant to.
But you just said I didn't, so it doesn't matter, right? The conviction will have to be overturned. The sentence thrown out.
Director Tan will determine what's to be done. You did try to cover it all up.
Look, I'm sorry I lied, but if my shot missed, I'm innocent. Plain and simple.
We'll see about that.
Must be great to see all your friends.
Seeing more and more skirmishes.
Something I can help you with?
Director, I checked out that murder. Milken didn't do it, but there's proof that he meant to.
This is unfortunate. We're trying to give the people a sense of stability, leadership they think they can count on. And we're setting precedent for justice here in Andromeda. Now this, a convicted murderer who didn't commit the murder.
These things are almost never black and white.
I know. If we suppress the evidence and uphold the conviction, we're banishing a man for a crime he technically didn't commit. If we throw the conviction out, we're freeing a man who tried to take matters into his own hands, then covered it up. Your investigation complicated this. You should take responsibility for the outcome. Do we still exile him for murder?
He intended to kill the chief. He pulled the trigger, believed he'd done it. Banish him.
Agreed. Sometimes we must rule with our hearts. I hope my conscience will be as clear as yours seems to be. At least we'll have this sordid business behind us.
Attention, civil disobedience has been reported in hydroponics. Security is investigating. Any logistics updates are due within the hour.
It's you! You're the human Pathfinder! I'm Sid, Vetra's sister. Vetra's told me all about you. Well, not all about you, but the important bits. I should probably get back to work. It was real nice meeting you, though.
What work do you do here?
Oh, I just monitor comms from colonists. Progress updates, hazards encountered. Note it down, pass on a report to Sean at the end of the day.
Important job.
I know. It's nice to hand in a report and have someone say I helped.
I'll let you get back to work.
Apex personnel, please check your duty roster for a business update.
And this will be the last part I do.
Convicted murderer Milken Rensis exiled for his role in the killing of Security Chief Hiram Reynolds. This is HNS.
Ryder, if you will.
Nah, Rachna engineered massive underground construction a millennium ago.
Hello, Pathfinder. A moment. What can I do for you, Doctor? I have a math problem. Some vital equations that only a mind like Sam's could solve. They concern strange transmission patterns in the Scourge. Perhaps random noise, perhaps not.
That could be a ship, or even turbulence in the Scourge we should know about.
Given the complexity and the security implications, I recommend transferring the equations directly into SAM node. I have them on an optical storage disk for you.
I'll see if I have time.
Thank you, Pathfinder. Please thank Sam as well. The beauty of the cosmos unfolds in your planet scans, Pathfinder. But there is more they can do.
Do you have something in mind, Doctor?
Plans for a school are underway to inspire a new generation of young minds. I want to craft a model of the cluster for them, accurate and splendid from your data. My prototype is on that console. Add more scans to improve it, and I will share my educational budget with you, and my thanks.
Okay, y'all. Well, let's go do the SAM thing. And then, well, let's do this first. Finally. I keep Soldier for now. Still need the journal. Okay, I gotta go do the Sam thing first. Then I'll come back and do the Sleeping Dragons.
Top scientists have a few answers as the dark energy anomaly.
Thank you guys for watching. Oh crap.